Now we're going to talk about how to set up the fireboard and an Android smartphone, as well as the support software needed to do Module 13, which has the Creator Internet of Things framework as its central part. So we're using an Android smartphone in here, and this is going to run an application that allows us to control the fireboard and turn on LEDs, so forth. So first we need to look at the phone and see how to get it configured and set up. So this is a $40 inexpensive phone that we're using. You can use your own if it's Android, or your students can use their own. But now there are inexpensive phones available. So to begin with, let's take a look at how we can configure the phone in order to be able to sideload applications. So normally with Android devices, you can go to the Google Play Store and download applications. In this case, the application is not going to be available through the Google Play Store. Instead, it's available on the Creator website. So if you go to the web, Creator Dev IO, the docs portion of that, we have a section on the applications. So we've got the Creator Wi-Fi app that has two parts to it. There's the Android mobile app, and there is an executable file for the fireboard. So here we can see there are already pre-compiled versions available. This Creator Wi-Fi application, that's the hex file for the fireboards, and there's also the Creator Wi-Fi mobile app for the Android devices. This is the APK file. So you'll want to download this APK file onto your PC, and then we're going to be able to put it onto your phone. With the phone, we need to enable USB debugging. So in order to do that, what we do is we go into Settings. Well, if you haven't already enabled developer options, you'll need to do that on the phone. So the way to do that is to go to About Device in the Settings, and then scroll down to the build number, and then press that field 7 times. And here I've already done it, but you'd press it 7 times and then it would say, okay, now you have developer options available. So you can go back and go to and there's a new menu item, developer options, and select that, and you'll want to enable USB debugging when the USB cable is connected. So this will allow you to sideload an application from a PC onto your phone. That's the configuration that we need to do on the phone. Another thing to point out with a phone is that if you're using a phone like this, you can save a lot of battery life by putting it into airplane mode and then turning on Wi-Fi. So putting it into airplane mode turns off the radios. The most important radio to turn off is the cell network radio. So here you can see we've got Wi-Fi. I've connected this to the local Wi-Fi network. Okay, so in order to get the application onto the phone through sideloading, we need to use the Android Debug Bridge program. So this is part of the Android Development Studio, which you can download from Google. What you do is you go to the directory where you have downloaded the APK, and you're going to run the Android Debug Bridge program there. So you need to run adb start server, and this is going to start the debug server. It tells us that it started successfully, and then we can type adb devices to see which Android devices are connected. And we see that the phone appears as this device called device with this identification number. If it doesn't appear, you'll need to plug it in so that it does. Now we can install the APK. So in this case, we're going to install this Creator Wi-Fi mobile app 1.0.0.apk, which is what I downloaded from here, this file. We will do adb install Creator Wi-Fi mobile app 1.0.0.apk. ADB will start sending it over to the phone, and when it's done, it will tell us that it's been successful. Okay, so we see success on the screen, and if we go over to the phone, we can take a look at the applications here, and we can bring up Creator Wi-Fi or Mobile. So we'll take that and drag it onto the home screen, and we can start it up. And we're going to need to log in with our Creator account. So you can go to http://creatordev.io to create that account. So you're also going to need to have the application installed, that is the Wi-Fi version of the application installed on the Wi-Fi board. And for that, we're going to download it this way with a picket as usual. This is how that works. So we have the Creator Wi-Fi app project loaded up here, and I've gone ahead and built it. And in order to download it, we'll just click here. So this is going to take several minutes with a Picket 3 because the executable file is pretty big. If you take a look at that, the program memory, over 2 megabytes of program memory are used for this. So it's a big program, so it's going to take some time. So you might want to use a different debugger. Rather than the Picket 3, you can use the ICD3. This is a different debugger available from Microchip, and you can get a 25% discount on it by buying it from Microchip Direct. And this has high-speed USB, and that will speed up the download time to about 30 seconds or so. So be warned, if you download the program through Picket 3, it'll take 2 or 3 minutes, and you won't get much feedback on the process. You'll just get a message here, programming, and that will remain there for a long time. So once you've got the Wi-Fi application programmed onto this board, we're going to need to figure out what the password is for this board, because the Android phone is going to talk to the Wi-Fi module. This is step 4 in the demonstration instructions. And to do this, what we do is we will use a terminal program. And here I'm using TerraTerm, and I can reset the board. I'm connected. You can see I've connected it through the serial port. We've got a baud rate of 115,200 at 8 bits of data, no parity, 1 stop bit, and no flow control. Here we see the startup message from the Wi-Fi board, and we press enter to get a prompt, and now we're going to be able to ask what the configuration information is to find out what the password is for this board. We can type show Wi-Fi details, and it shows us information about the device name, its type, hardware MAC address, CPU serial number, device ID, device revision, soft AP. So the soft AP is the soft access point. So in this mode, the Wi-Fi board is using the Wi-Fi module as an access point. It's going to be able to accept connections from other devices. So in this case, it's the access point's name is Wi-Fi 234E13, and the password here is 5B7, and so forth. This password is going to change every time you recompile the program or download a new one. So you're going to want to copy that down, because we're going to have to plug this into the application on the Android phone. So we write it down, 5B7, D27. And now we can go to our phone, and we can unplug it now. Okay, so we're going to sign in, and this takes us to the Creator Dev.io website where we can log in. So now we can log in, and we'll use the email and the password for the account that I created over at Creator Dev.io. So we sign in, and it says no connected devices found. So at this point, we can take a look at the Wi-Fi board and what we have there, and we see that the LED is flashing, the first LED is flashing, and that indicates that we're at the initial stage of the configuration process for the Wi-Fi, for this application. So what we'll do is we'll choose Setup a Device, and it says Setup will connect your Wi-Fi board onto internet so that it can communicate with the creator device server. So we'll need to start the setup, and here, for later versions of Android, we have to allow access to the device location, and this is because Android requires this permission in order to scan networks. So we'll allow that, and now we can enter the Wi-Fi setup mode. We hold down the two push buttons, and press reset, and that just puts the board into the known reset state. Again, the LED 1 is flashing. And now the app is going to get the certificate from the device server, and now the app recognizes the Wi-Fi board, so we will select that. And now we need to enter that password for the device. And this is the password that we found, the soft AP password that we found using the serial connection. So we'll put it in here. And this is, so we'll check that and then connect. And now you see the LEDs have changed. We've got two LEDs lit. Or the first LED is solid, the second LED is flashing. Now we can enable the Wi-Fi board to talk to the local network. So here we're talking to the Wi-Fi board, and we're going to tell it what the password is to get to the local Wi-Fi network. So internet, that's the name of the network here, and we'll put in the password. Okay, so now we have the Wi-Fi or mobile app recognizing the Wi-Fi board, and we can see that all 4 LEDs on the Wi-Fi board are lit up, which indicates that it's connected to the network and it's connected to the device server. So here in the mobile app, we can select different menu options. We've done set up a device. Now we'll look at connected devices. We will select that device, interact with selected, and it's going to read the state of the Wi-Fi board from the device server. Okay, so we've got the mobile app, and it is talking to the Wi-Fi board, and we can turn off these LEDs if we want by pressing the buttons on the app. So the message gets sent off to the device server, and the device server tells the app to turn the LEDs off. And after a slight delay, those go through. The app is also checking to see if anything changes on this board. So if we press the switch, the device server client on the Wi-Fi board is going to send that information, that indication to the device server, which goes to this app to tell us that the button is closed. When I release it, it'll send a notification and it comes back up. And we also see other information, the CPU temperature and the potentiometer value. We can change the position of the potentiometer. So we've got the potentiometer value of 1.47 volts here. I can turn it up, and the number will increase to 2.22 volts. We see the CPU temperature, 51.31 degrees C. I can put my finger on it and try to cool it down some, and the number drops a little bit. So 43 degrees, that cools it down quite a bit. So in Lab 13, when we modify the application and add in code to add functionality, we're going to need to rebuild the application, obviously. So there are 3 libraries that need to be rebuilt that support the Creator Wi-Fi app. The first one is the encryption, libsci SSL, and to build this, you'll want to right-click on it, set the configuration to match the microcontroller version you're using. Here we're using the PIC MZEF, and then we right-click again and clean and build, and it will take some time. We can see some indication of the progress as it goes along. And then it completes successfully. Next, we build libcreator core. We set the configuration to match our target, and then clean and build. And third, we build the libawastatic. We set the configuration and clean and build it. Okay, so the build finished here. And now we've got all three libraries built for our platform, and we can select our application, the Creator Wi-Fi app. So now we can go ahead and build our application. And we can set the configuration, ChipKit Wi-Fi. This is the EF version. And we can build it and clean it, and then download it to the Wi-Fi board. And that will take several minutes using the Picket 3, or maybe 30 seconds using the ICD3.